A long time ago, money had a value. For example, you see this 1,000 Kenyan shilling note. In the early days, somewhere the government would have several pieces of gold worth the same amount of money. But nowadays, money has been taken off the gold standard, meaning I have 1,000 Kenya shillings, but there is nothing backing it. It is just a piece of paper. Well, you may argue that irrespective of whether it is a piece of paper, it allows you to buy things. But you are not looking at what the government can do when it does not have to back this fiat currency with gold. Now, let's assume that the government wants to do a certain project and they do not have any money in their treasury, like their accounts do not have any money. These projects will cost, like, let's say 2 billion Kenya shillings. What do you think they'll do? They'll print out 2 billion Kenya shillings and put them out in circulation. Let me assume that you sell potatoes, and in your store you have excess potatoes. What do you do for them to move? You sell them at a cheaper price, so they lose value. Now, when you have too much money in the market supply, the same thing happens. The money loses its value. That is what we call inflation. And what happens when money loses its value? Things will start costing more so that you can spend that money. You see, when your potatoes are you have excessive potatoes, you sell them at a cheaper price so that they can move. So, what will happen when you have excess money in circulation? Things will get expensive so that you can use that money. That is what you call inflation. Okay, if you remember in 2020, before we even changed these notes to the new ones, 1,000 Kenya shillings could buy a lot of stuff. But in 2024 right now, this is what it is. If you enter a supermarket with this, you won't be coming out with a lot of stuff. Why? Inflation. When the government decided to take the COVID-19 rules and regulations seriously, like they closed the businesses, they closed clubs, so like they closed everything that could help generate income through taxes. So what did they do? They went back to their printers and printed money, then put it in circulation. What do you think happened next? Inflation happened, and that is how things started getting more expensive.